Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. And I'm here with Greg,
Hello.
and we have watched all 10 of the Best Picture nominees for the 20. Is it?
20,
I guess it's the
26?
2026 Oscars, but are they the 2025 movies? I don't know how that works.
I think they call
I
it
don't
the
know what they call it.
26 Oscars, even though
Oscars,
the movies
okay.
were last
Something.
year. Yeah.
That seems right. Now we started to film this, and we were gonna do full spoilers, but we just can't. It feels wrong. So
No spoilers in this.
we've changed. Well,
No.
no spoilers that will really hurt your viewing. I mean, we're gonna talk about the films quite a bit, and I guess some people might, but we won't spoil anything too important about that. But if you really want to go into a film without knowing anything, then maybe go watch them and come back. But we'll try not to give you any spoilers that would hurt your viewing pleasure. How about that?
So we'll talk a little bit about each film and our little thoughts on it. And at the end, sort of give our personal rankings and then maybe what we think might win.
I don't know if I'm ready to rank them all, but I'll give you my top 3 maybe. Because it's hard. I think it's kind of hard.
I could rank them, but
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe. We'll see. So Greg and I watched all 10, but some of them we watched like the day they came out. Like One Battle for Another, we went to the theaters and saw it.
when it first came out,
The day it came out, Sinners, but I feel like we saw that over the summer, but I don't know when we saw it. It's been a while.
Sinners was a while ago, right?
So I should have rewatched them, but ran out of time because just to see all 10, that's a lot of movies. Sorry, Cooper has joined us again.
Cooper the cat is here. Boy, he just
So if you hear him meowing or scratching,
he never comes around until you hit record.
no, it's because we're both in here. So he's like, "Where'd everybody go?"
So if you hear any strange scratching noises or howling noises in the background, it's Cooper the cat.
Cooper, he's fine. He's not being. No animals were injured. In, what did they say?
No animals were harmed in the
Harmed,
making of
yeah,
this video.
Yeah. All right. So
We'll discuss them alphabetically.
yeah, and I told Greg to just kind of get a little summary of each one for us because my memory isn't perfect all the time, and some of them I'm like I can't remember exactly what it was about. So, all right, so we're starting with
Begonia.
Begonia.
So this movie is about these two guys who are conspiracy theorists, conspiracy obsessed guys, and they kidnap a powerful corporate executive.
Played by Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, right? A pharmaceutical company. And they believe that she's an alien
Right.
from
Yeah.
outer space.
Yeah.
And is there a comet coming? And they're supposed to all go up into the
Oh, I don't remember
comet.
the comet. Is that right? Oh, maybe.
No, no, I remember now. It was the lunar eclipse.
Oh, okay.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
lunar
yeah.
eclipse, and when the lunar eclipse comes, they're all supposed to go up into the spaceship. So, these guys have got full on conspiracy, and they kidnap her and hold her in their basement. And it's just a crazy story. Emma Stone, of course, is really good. And who's the guy that plays?
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah,
He's so good.
He's good.
He's so good. I actually have my iPad here so I could look up cast.
I believe this movie
Aidan Delbus was the cousin who I wasn't familiar with him, but yeah, they were good.
I believe this movie is an adaptation and a remake of a South Korean cult film.
Okay. All right. So
And it was also nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
I enjoyed it. The performances are great, and you don't know where it's going, so it's really
And
good.
it clips right along. It's sort of action packed, I would say. Yeah, Emma Stone's great. All the acting. Oh, and Alicia Silverstone shows up in this one, which I haven't seen her in ages. I was like, oh my god, that's Alicia Silverstone.
It's a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of feel like I should have studied this one a little before we
It's a strange film.
went into it. I feel like anyway, recommend. We didn't give much information on that one.
Well, other than we enjoyed it, it's worth watch. Definitely worth watching. Yeah, because you don't know where it's going, and it's good.
We did watch it streaming because it's currently streaming on one of the streamers. Just close that door a little bit because it keeps me on. And I did pause it at one point, and I said where I thought it was going, and I was correct. So there's that.
No spoilers.
No.
Continuing on alphabetically, I guess it would be F1.
Okay.
Former veteran Formula One driver Brad Pitt returns to racing. He mentors a young racer, and then he's confronting his own past failures. This movie, I would say, it's very entertaining. It's a very entertaining movie.
It's like go to the theater, get yourself a big popcorn,
and just sit back
sit back, and you'll like go, oh, that's fun. And the race scenes are awesome.
The Formula One racing scenes are just visually amazing. They're cool. They're just great.
They're cool.
Very exciting.
They're cool. We saw this one at the theater, like opening day, I think, too. And I remember saying, yeah, that was fun.
It's also nominated for Best Film Editing and also
Okay.
Best Visual Effects.
Okay. I don't believe this belongs in the Best Picture category.
I thought you were going to say that.
I think that it's... Look, I'm okay with having a movie like this, I guess. It feels like there's always like a Top Gun or I don't know, some kind of like big blockbuster movie. So, okay. But I had some issues with this film. Like while we were watching it, I remember I was like going, oh, brother. Ugh, some of the dialogue, some of the way Brad Pitt behaves and the way the women are all fawning all over him. I was like, oh my God. And you, I don't think, had the same reaction as I did because you were just like buying all that. It's very like 1990s. Like those old Tom Cruise, you know what I mean? That's how it
because I'm a dude.
Because you're a dude. You can't help it. You're a guy, man. But I still enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun at this movie. It's fun.
You could,
I told all of the boys, go see it.
I mean,
you
could say the story is a bit cliche.
I think you definitely could say that.
You know, I mean, you know where it's going.
He's the rough and tumble underdog who just shows up. He'd never driven an F1 car before. Wasn't that the story? And he just showed up and started driving.
I think
because everything he did.
No, actually, he was kind of retired, or he stepped away from it. I think he was definitely a former driver, but he was rusty big time. So.
And then at the end, he shows up with this like sand buggy racing. It's like he can race anything all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know,
it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, and like I said, the car racing scenes are exciting.
They are exciting. I don't really want to be too negative about it at all because I did enjoy it. I walked out of there smiling. I remember texting boys. That was fun. You guys will love it. But when I heard it was Best Picture, I was like, well, excuse me?
When you look at the list of Best Pictures and you say, which one of these films doesn't belong?
Yeah.
You go, probably F1.
F1.
Not that it's not a great movie.
And I do want to clarify that I am not at all against a blockbuster movie or a very entertaining movie being a Best Picture nominee. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I love a blockbuster movie. I just don't think this was it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Top Gun nominated like a couple of years ago? That was better.
The second one.
Yeah, I thought that was a good movie. That one I could.
Maverick or.
Yeah. Or was it Top Gun? It was.
I think so.
Yeah. It was Top Gun. That was, see that? Or like Jurassic Park maybe was, or like Titanic. Those I can see. This one,
Well,
don't know.
seeing as we're on the subject of movies that should be nominated for an Academy Award, there is one movie I can think of. Oh boy, it just dropped out of my.
This is what happens when you hit whatever age Craig is. I won't spill your age. He's much older than me. Much older.
Much older.
And I'm bad.
Weapons.
Oh, gosh. Weapons. Oh, now you're making me mad. Weapons should definitely take the place of F1.
Yeah.
I love Weapons. I think that's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
It's so fun. It's also a
Scary.
popcorn movie.
It's like kind of a scary horror movie.
Also funny.
Supernatural.
I was LOLing.
Yeah, it's a good one. Weapons.
I
But
would definitely put Weapons.
it's not on our list though. But
Okay, well, we won't. I actually did like a short after I watched Weapons. I was like, oh my god, you guys. So if you want to watch that, I think it's a red video. It's all red.
continuing on
Okay.
alphabetically,
Yes.
Frankenstein.
Okay.
Well, it's a new interpretation of Mary Shelley's classic novel.
I would say a more true telling of the actual story.
It emphasizes, the tragedy and the humanity more so than traditional horror aspects.
Is it
of it.
IEN or EIN? Frankenstein.
EIN. And Frankenstein was his name. Oh.
Okay. I would like to comment on this movie. Have you already given us the summation, the plot summary or whatever?
It's
Frankenstein.
It's the story of
It's
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Okay, so Frankenstein, this was by, first of all, you know what we forgot to say? This Begonia is by Yorgos Lanthimos, who does a lot of the Emma Stone. They're kind of like a team. And if you're familiar with his film, that's the kind of thing we got here, just so you know. Okay, Frankenstein is
Now-
directed by Guillermo del Toro. Del
Okay.
Toro, is that how you say his name?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well,
Pretty okay.
do you remember, Greg, we watched it was Guillermo del Toro's like box of, it was all these short,
Curious
cabinet. I
Yeah.
can't remember. But he
They were
has
short films.
all his films have that.
Sort of a look to
Look.
them.
And in Frankenstein, apparently he was a fan of Frankenstein since he was a little kid. He loves the book, the Mary Shelley book. But you could feel that. I mean, every scene is like beautiful. And the costuming, there is a scene where Frankenstein, the man, as a little boy, his mom is standing outside and she's wearing a red dress with a red flowing veil. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It is beautiful.
Well,
And I hope that costuming for Frankenstein wins, and maybe like set design. And I mean, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
the look of this movie is amazing. It is nominated also for Best Cinematography.
Okay, I see that.
And in almost every, okay, I made a comment on this when we were watching it. In almost every scene, there's this beautiful golden sunlight
Yeah, you
coming in the
you
window.
felt that was too much.
and the
maybe.
and the room is dark, but yet there's this ray of sunlight coming
Yeah,
in
yeah.
at a low angle. And it's cool and cool looking, but almost every scene has that. And then the light comes in from different windows.
But I like that because so many films. I was afraid to watch this. that
Even when it
gonna-
was raining, the sunlight was coming in.
Look, I'm okay with it, and I'll tell you why.
I'm okay too, but I was kind of waiting for it. Okay, where's the
I
next
know, I know.
scene that comes up?
Once you were aware of it,
Once
then
I
it
was aware
started.
of it,
Because
yeah.
even in the basement, like dungeon where he had him locked up,
There's sunlight.
there was some kind of like
Sunlight,
glowing.
right.
But
That was the look of the movie.
But when I just saw the like previews of this, I remember one of our sons watched it and he really liked it, and I was like, "Ugh, I just think it'll be too dark for me. Like a lot of these kind of movies, the darkness I just don't care for. But this movie was, I liked that about it, that the costuming and the set, it had a certain level of saturation and brightness that I found really cool.
And the costuming.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. And the acting was great, by the way. What's his name plays the
No, the actor playing Frankenstein is
Yeah, what's his
nominated
name?
for.
No, you're talking about the Frankenstein monster.
Right.
He is.
He's nominated for.
Okay. Well, Jacob Elordi is nominated for what, Best Actor? But Oscar Isaac is Dr. Frankenstein, the scientist they call him here. He's great. He was great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Christopher Waltz. I forgot he's in it.
Oh yeah, he's always good. He's in a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies. So the monster in
And Mia
this,
Goth.
the monster in this movie is definitely more sympathetic.
Well, he was in Mary Shelley's book too, kind of. I mean, he was
Now,
his brain wasn't fully developed.
now, for younger people who may or may not know the book Frankenstein.
Or older people. I mean, why would?
Okay, but I mean, Mary Shelley was how old when she?
Well, okay.
Like
It's kind of an
19?
No, I think she was younger than that. Actually, I think she was.
Is her first
18.
novel?
Okay, here's what actually happened. So
It's an amazing
she was
story.
very young, obviously, like under 18, I think.
Right.
But there was Percy Shelley, I want to say was his name. He was a poet in England, and Lord Byron. They were poets, and they're all arty and kind of goth before goth was goth. And she, I guess, had some kind of relationship with Percy Shelley, who was married. And so they were all kind of outcasts from society a little bit. So they all go to Geneva for like a little summer retreat. And now I heard on Drunk History that they were all doing drugs and stuff, but I don't know if that's true. But they decided to have a contest with the group for everybody to go write a very spooky story. So they all go off, and she comes up with this story for Frankenstein. And by the way, I think one of Lord Byron or Shelley, I forget, comes up with a story for a vampire, which later Bram Stoker turned into Dracula. So two of the like major monster stories that everything's based on ever since
Interesting.
were made at that retreat. But anyway, so
what-
she was very young. She wrote the story. Yeah, and like I don't know if I'm getting confused, the story or I used to watch the very old Frankenstein movie when I was a kid. It was on Sundays in Detroit, and they played a lot. And there was a scene where Frankenstein wants to play with the little girl, but he accidentally kills her because he doesn't know his own strength, kind of thing, I think.
Kind of like.
And that's when they come
after.
after,
Mice and Men.
yeah, like of Mice and Men with the bunny. And so they come after him with like torches and whatever. And this I remember so clearly. Anyway, all that to say, this movie I think is very faithful to the novel, and it's good.
No, it wasn't the original Frankenstein novel. Didn't it create a new genre?
Of like goth,
Yeah, goth.
not goth, what was it?
Gothic.
Gothic, I guess. Yeah.
Gothic horror.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's kind of created a new genre.
But you could tell that Guillermo del Toro loves the story and wants to tell it. Was it too long for me? Yeah. We had to watch it over 2 nights.
Oh, that's right.
I still
It's
enjoyed
long.
it, and there was never a point exactly where I was like, okay, that's enough. But 2 hours or 3, whatever it was, almost 3 hours.
Well, a lot
That's
of
too
these movies are long.
A lot of them were too long. Although there is a scene in this movie where Dr. Frankenstein is trying to show all the people at like Oxford or wherever I forget where he's teaching, that he can animate a dead thing.
Dead body back to life, right?
And he has this like half human, and he's throwing, what is he throwing? Balls or apples or oranges, something at it, and it's catching him.
Right, something like that.
It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
The movie is just visually amazing.
It really
The
is. It really
costumes,
is.
the just the visual aspects of the movie.
And the whole monster building, where he's putting together all the pieces of the monster, is kind of graphic and a little like gross, but really cool.
The only negative thing I could say about it is, even though it's a visually stunning movie, I think it was all done digitally, obviously, and there's a lot of CGI stuff. Some of it's almost too clean and too perfect a little bit.
Is that true?
Which part?
That it's all CGI? I don't even
Oh.
know. I thought Del Toro was kind of into.
There has to be a lot of.
I mean, it was made for Netflix.
I mean, in the opening part of the ship, the opening part of the movie with the ship. I mean, a lot of that's got to be CGI.
I feel like CGI has come a long way because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't sit there. It's not like
I guess what I'm saying is it was almost, some of the stuff looked almost too clean, and too perfect, I guess. Maybe, yeah, that's just.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty. Anyway, I liked it a lot. I would like to edit out about 40 minutes. Too long. A little too long.
I think 2 hours is a good length for a movie, but some of these things are coming in 2 hours and 40 minutes.
A lot of them.
Frankenstein was long.
Maybe we're getting too old.
Yeah, there's, we need 2 hours, and well, we'll get to the other
All
ones.
right,
But
all right, next.
Hamnet.
Hamnet. We just watched this last night. So this one is very fresh.
So I'm not giving anything away, because it's basically anybody who reads what's this movie about. I mean, this is what the movie's about, so it's not giving anything away. Shakespeare had 3 children. 2 of them were twins. One of them was a boy named Hamnet, and he died young. And through dealing with the death of his son, it inspired him to write the play Hamlet. Now, did that really happen? Well, he really did have a son named Hamnet, and he did die. He did write the play Hamlet afterwards. And so this is sort of, it's kind of speculated that, you know, the death of his son helped inspire him to write a lot of the themes in Hamlet. You know, just the emotional impact of dealing with that. So there's a lot of themes in there that may have come from that. So that's basically what the movie's about. And that's not really giving anything away.
I'm going to just jump in here and say that's not at all what the movie's about. Because you're making it like it's about Shakespeare. It's not. It's definitely not.
Well, you're right.
His
You're right.
experience.
It's about his. It focuses more on his wife.
It's all really about her, and it's. I mean, I know. I'm kind of playing with you a little bit, but.
Oh, good.
But your account was like that. It's about how he went on to write. It's really not that.
I mean, she's more of a focus.
She is
Yeah.
the focus.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, he's sort of. You know what? Okay, just real quick, because we have not discussed this movie at all. We watched it last night.
Okay.
What did you think?
I enjoyed the movie. Many of these movies I enjoy more in retrospect. Like, as I'm watching the movie, I'm kind of going, am I enjoying this or am I not enjoying this? And then once the movie's over, I go, oh yeah, I did enjoy that. Now, I felt like the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie, or last 20 minutes of the movie, were extremely powerful. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go on a thing here.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to cry thinking about it.
Get your box of Kleenex when you watch.
I just want to
when you
say
watch
that
this
any
movie.
women who are going to watch this movie, first of all, if you've had a child, if you've been through childbirth, or if you've ever had a child get sick or lost a child, it's going to hit you extra hard. But Jessie Buckley plays the wife, William Shakespeare's wife. And she is really into nature, and there is this whole, it's sort of a slow movie. I think Greg would agree that it's a slow moving movie, and it's very quiet in its
Yes.
nature.
Hmm.
But for me, it didn't feel slow because I loved every scene out in nature. I loved the hawk. I loved, I just thought everything about it. And I might spoil this a little bit because I want to go into it a little bit.
Well,
I don't know if it
can I
spoils it.
let me say this?
Mm.
You are right in that I was just basically telling the sort of the historical events behind the movie. But you're right. The movie is more told from the wife's perspective, and also it focuses on, emotional themes, sort of drive the narrative more than historical events
Yeah.
with the wife. So
Yeah.
I agree with you that.
Thanks. Well, there is a scene when she first meets William Shakespeare, and she's like, "Tell me a story," and he tells her this sort of Greek mythological story. I don't remember exactly what the story, who it was, but it's about, the guy whose wife gets taken to the underworld, and he has to go save her. And the only rule is he can take her after he fights everybody and gets it. He can take her out as long as he never turns around to look at her. But at
Right.
the last minute, he can't help it, and he turns around and he looks at her. And then there's a scene where William Shakespeare is getting married to Agnes, and right before he's standing in front of her, and she goes, "Turn around and look at me." And he turns around, and I said to Greg, I go, "Uh-oh, now she's damned to hell forever." And that's kind of like, after that, she goes through so much pain. But I think why it would hit more with a woman than a man, probably, is she like goes off into the woods, and these childbirth scenes are like so
Intense.
real, so wildly like intense.
Yeah.
Both of the childbirth scenes are like, oh my God. But then she also deals with Shakespeare, who's a creative and who feels sorry for himself and struggles with his own stuff, apparently. But she's like doing all this and trying to placate him on top of it. And I just feel like it's such a
Right.
woman's lot to bear kind of thing in a lot of ways. It's good. And then the part where the I don't know how much I should say, but like bad things happen,
This movie
and it's
focuses
very
on
painful. I was crying.
this movie focuses on grief, on marriage,
gosh.
and artistic,
On the grief of it.
inspiration.
And I really want to spoil this so bad. I don't know if it does spoil it, but there is a scene at the end. And by the way, Greg, you know how in Shakespeare a lot of times there's a play within a play
Yes.
thing? That kind of happens in this. There's a play within the play. And it ties, you know what I'm talking about, right? At the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But at the end, like, and I heard, okay, back it up. So this is based on a book that's historical fiction. The book is.
Play.
No, the book, Hamnet,
Oh, right. You're right. The book.
is historical fiction. So it's kind of taking a lot of liberties. But I heard that there was some historical accounting for, it was like 4 years after the death of his son that he wrote Hamlet.
Okay.
And that she was living in Stratford at that time, and she only heard about it through a flyer. And she was like, what?
Oh, the play.
Yeah, and she was like, what the heck? He wrote about our son and didn't even tell me.
Right.
And so her and her brother did go to see it.
Yeah.
And apparently she wrote that she was moved by it. And the whole audience, she looked around and saw like everybody, and she realized like, this is pretty cool.
It's a good movie.
It's good.
It's a good
All right, I
movie.
went on to, what is
But that's from the Elvis movies. As a little side note, when I was in college, I was in a production of Hamlet,
Yeah.
and I played Horatio. Hamlet's friend.
Mm.
It was a great production. Loved being part of it. And at the time, I knew that play very well.
Mm.
I knew that play inside and out. But this was 30 years ago, and I remember the basic plot of Hamlet, but I don't remember all the details like I used to.
Actually, I wonder how important it is to have some kind of background in Shakespeare. Probably not, but like there's one
You don't
scene
need
where the
to.
kids are doing the witches from Macbeth.
Right, the three
You
witches.
don't need to know that though.
Not really.
But it's the boil, toil, and trouble, that
yeah,
kind of thing.
When shall we meet? Three meet again.
But then there's a very kind of important scene where they are showing they're at the Globe Theater and Hamlet's being played out on stage, the actual play Hamlet. And I did pause it and ask you, I was like, are these all scenes that would have been together, or did they clip this a little bit? And most of it.
I mean, Hamlet is a 3.5 hour play, and so they just they just did a few clips and stuff like that.
But it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what else? The actor who in the movie is playing Hamlet on stage is the real life brother of the kid who plays Hamnet in the movie.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting.
Right.
So once you see it, if you know that, it's kind of interesting.
And also, there's historical writings that in some of the productions that Shakespeare himself played the ghost.
Oh, okay. That's interesting because that's sort of an important thing in it. Yeah.
And And another little side note on the production that I was in, it was done in theater in the round, which means it's a big round stage, and and the audience sits 360 degrees around you. So when you're on stage, no matter which direction you turn, you're facing the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And when your back is to somebody else, but it's kind of fun because you can keep moving and turning around. And it was
I read that the production that they showed in this movie, they actually went to the real Globe Theater for filming. Does that make sense?
Well, the actual Globe Theater was burnt down, but they rebuilt it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I heard that wrong.
I mean, London burned down several times, but
London's burned.
Yeah, the original theater burnt down and they rebuilt it. But there is today a pretty good replica.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have drawings and pictures of it from the day, but yeah.
I could honestly talk about this movie for hours. I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah.
But because we didn't talk about these ones very much, I feel like I shouldn't.
We should
I really think something tells me this is going to relate a lot more to women than men, just because it's from her point of view, really.
I agree with you. Yeah.
I think it will. Yeah. I think for a lot of women, especially women who have children or have had children, it's going to really strike some chords. Okay, what's next?
Marty Supreme.
Marty.
This movie's about, a lot of things, but ping pong. It's kind of loosely based, I think, on some true events.
I think very loosely.
Very loosely.
No, I think there was a guy named Marty who played ping pong, and that's about.
Timothy Chalamet plays a ping pong champion, and there's a lot going on in this movie. First off, he is nominated for Best Actor, and I think it's a pretty good chance. Him and somebody else, but I thought it was really good.
Did we mention that Jessie Buckley, who's the main actress in Hamnet, she's nominated for Best Actress? I think she'll win. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. She's so good. Oh my gosh, she's so good. Timothy Chalamet was awesome in this movie. First of all, Greg, do you know how old he is? If you had to guess.
28?
Close. He's 30.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
I thought he was younger for some reason. All right, so we just saw this last week at the theater.
We actually went to the movie theater.
We
yeah.
did, and I think it's a longer length movie.
Probably.
But for me, it just blew by. I thought it the pace. Okay, this is actually something you mentioned to me. The pacing for me was spot on. I liked it. I like that it goes from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. Like that for my brain is great. I loved it. But you had other thoughts.
Well, it's a very fast-paced movie.
Yeah.
The action moves very fast. The dialogue moves very fast, and it gets intense. And what happened is very early on in the movie, the movie takes off goes up to a 10, and it stays up at a 10 as far as the energy level goes, and the shouting and the yelling and the action, and it went on and on and on. And I got wore out.
Yeah.
I got wore out watching it. I was like, oh my gosh, I need a breather here.
And honestly, that's why we have not seen the movie Uncut Gems, which is by the same Josh Safdie of the Safdie brothers. He did Uncut Gems, but one of our sons saw it and he's like, it's just too much. Like, Dad won't like that because you don't like that kind of, your brain can't do that. But I wondered about this one. But actually, I didn't find it that way at all. I had no thought like that until you said it. And then I was like, did it do that? I don't know.
My brain works differently.
No,
than
I know
yours.
it does. Yours is much slower. But anyway, so we had Timothy Chalamet, but Gwyneth Paltrow was great.
Yes.
She plays sort of the older woman. The weirdest one, though, was she's married to Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful from
whose name is Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank.
But he's great, actually, in the part. His acting was totally just fine. I mean, great. But every single time he came on, I'm like, it's Mr. Wonderful.
Well, I tell you, if I did not know who he was, I would think he did fine. He did great.
Exactly.
But the fact that I know, I've seen Shark
So
Tank.
familiar with him.
He basically played himself.
Yeah, he did.
And that's not, knocking his acting.
No.
But he basically was playing the Shark Tank character.
There was not one time where he shut up on screen when my brain didn't go Shark Tank.
He's like, I kept waiting for him to say, I'm out.
Yeah. Why is it shaking so much? I don't know how I feel about it. It would be like if you took, it's just such a familiar face, at least to Americans. We all know him from Shark Tank. And I mean, Shark Tank is a show where there are guys just like him who decide whether they give money to a small business or whatever. But it's been on the air for 15 years, and you've seen this guy so much. I don't know. If there was a complaint, maybe it would be him, but he was still great in the part. It wasn't like he was bad or anything.
Yeah.
And then Fran Drescher, I did not recognize her until well into that character. I was like, oh my God, that's Fran Drescher.
Yeah, she's
so good.
Timothy Chalamet's
I'm not sure I've
mother.
ever seen her without makeup.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah.
But this movie is kind of about Marty, who is it's about ping pong, sure.
He's
but
an
not
interesting
really,
character.
But not really. He's more of he thinks of himself as this guy who can manipulate everybody and can work any situation, and that's how he thinks of himself. But the truth is, he kind of screws a lot of people over, and he's not always really all that successful at his little scams. And
that's right.
But he's a very interesting character to watch. And I think maybe the more interesting character for me was Rachel, who was sort of his childhood sweetheart. And I don't think it's really spoiling anything that she ends up pregnant. Now she's married, but she also really likes Marty, and she kind of wants Marty to stay with her so she can leave her husband, because at that time you kind of had to be married, I think. But she starts to run kind of a scheme on him, I think, to get him to settle down with her. She fakes black eye. She does all this stuff, think she runs a rope-a-dope on him. But I just thought her character was sort of fun to watch for me. Um, I don't even know what the whole point of this movie is, other than it's just a great story. It's just a lot. It's just
Fast
interesting,
pace, a lot of dialogue,
and that
a lot of action,
in
high
the end,
intensity.
like as sports movies do, you get the final scene where there's the big epic battle game. And does the best man win? I don't know. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
enjoyed it, but
it was fun.
it was also seemed like a long movie.
I didn't feel that way though. For me, it
No,
went pretty quick. I know it
I,
probably
I
is,
guess,
but
yeah.
I just felt like it moved right along.
I didn't look up the run times of all these movies, but boy, did they.
Um,
Not all of them.
I think this one was kind of long.
Like Ham.
This was 2 hours 29 minutes.
Oh, that's okay. Not too bad. Hamnet was 2 hours and 5 minutes. I remember.
You know who else was in this movie that I have no idea who he played? Penn Jillette. I don't actually know who he was in the movie.
Oh yeah,
Penn
yeah. He
Jillette.
was in that. I think you pointed that out.
Right after I was like, who is Penn Jillette? And I tried to figure out, and I don't know. All right, what's next?
Moving on. One battle after another. This was a really good movie, and I cannot explain the plot to you.
What? I thought that was your job.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio
That's okay.
plays he's an activist, a former activist,
A stoner.
a stoner, former activist, getting back into it.
Being forced to get back into it, really.
He gets back into it, and it's part of a group called the French 45 or something.
French 45.
Was there? I think.
Well,
that
I
was the
think when they
number.
were younger, they were like these radical activists. And then, for reasons, he gets sent to like a.
Witness protection program.
Is that what it is?
It's like at a witness protection. Not. I don't think it's an actually.
So there's kind of this like
It's kind of like what that is.
not an encampment, but like in a reservation almost, where all these former activists are living in secrecy. Is that true? That seems about right.
It's a lot. Yeah.
But then we jump from this previous time period up to the more modern time period, and there's a group of white supremacist types called the
Christmas Adventures Club, I think it was.
God. And Sean Penn
okay.
plays the most
Lockjaw,
Colonel Lockjaw,
or Sergeant, or whatever.
wild
Lockjaw.
character.
Yeah, he's really good. Sean Penn's
He's
really good.
good.
Everybody's good in this.
The Chase Infinity is a new actress who maybe she's been around, but I don't know her. And she did not get nominated for Best Actress, which
as far
is
as I know,
terrible.
her first major,
Well,
her first movie, I think.
She and
was
Leonardo,
she was so good.
like Carrie. I mean, they are that second half, and she's so good. There are chase scenes in this movie that I've never seen. They're so simple, wouldn't you say? But so good.
Yeah. She definitely deserved at least an Academy Award nomination.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I'm actually surprised she was
Yeah,
not.
she got
No,
robbed.
I kind of feel that way. Leonardo DiCaprio had me dying laughing. This movie is action. It's funny. Now, I know that some people who I even know are like, oh, it was too on the nose about current day politics, blah, blah, blah. But I have heard, I think, that it was written, like this guy's been planning this movie for 20 years. And he started writing this whole thing well before modern day stuff was even going on. So like anyone who's seen, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Anyone who's seen it that way, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Now he both wrote and directed this movie.
yeah.
And I always find films that are written and directed by the same person to always be usually a step up than other movies. And I just feel like you've got one person, the writer and the director, a single vision, and movies tend to be stronger.
Can I tell you that I've known you for many years? I don't know how many, but many years.
Yes.
And your point of view on that has changed over the years. You used to say it's not good because there's no one to tell them, hey, that's too much, or that's you need to cut
I
that.
think you're
Or
thinking of something else.
no, I'm not.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of.
Okay.
I mentioned it about
Acting and writing.
no, it was
Oh.
George Lucas.
Oh.
I mentioned about George Lucas when after he became famous with the original Star Wars movies, and he was making the other trilogy, the other three movies that people, he had a lot of bad ideas, and he didn't have enough people around
Just
him
tell them no.
to say no. But I think it's something different.
Maybe.
No, but I know I've always thought that writer directors they tend to make good movies because they've got a good vision, a single vision. So
This is a long movie. This is like a 3-hour movie,
it's very long.
but I felt like it went by super, super fast. Although
It's entertaining.
anything like that long, maybe you got to put an intermission so people can go pee. But whatever.
It'd be nice if they had a little short 10-minute
just
intermission.
A little intermission wouldn't be
Well,
terrible.
yeah, what's wrong with that?
But
for
I would call this as much a popcorn movie as F1 in my mind. I think this movie is as exciting and fun as F1. You know what I'm if we're looking for like a movie to recommend to like average, not to call people like not every, but you know what I mean, like for fun on a Saturday. If you're mature, you'd have to be. You can't. That's not for young kids.
What I liked about Leonardo DiCaprio's character is he's kind of a bit of a goofball.
Oh my god! Yeah,
and he's not very good at what he does. He's good, but not very good. And there's an awesome scene in there. There's just a great scene in which he's calling up his daughter's disappeared, and he calls up on the phone, and they're asking him questions like "Good morning," and he has to give all these code words.
he has to give the right answers.
Right answers to all these questions to make sure that he is who he is. And they get to the point and they say, "What time is it?" He's like, "I don't know what time it is. I don't remember. Can we just skip over that part?" And the person's like, "I'm sorry, no." But that was a great scene. An interesting thing about this movie is it was filmed in VistaVision. And VistaVision is a classic old style way of filming movies. VistaVision came out Paramount came out with it in 1954. And what it is you take 35 millimeter film, and instead of running it through the projector vertically, you run it through the projector horizontally. So your negative is larger.
Oh.
So the film becomes more clear, and the images are more crystal clear, more high resolution.
It did feel
And
a different feel to it.
it gives it a classic cinematic look.
Yeah, it did have that.
And so, VistaVision was popular in the 50s, but it kind of lost flavor in the
Favor.
in the 60s.
Yeah.
But it's come back though. So I think The Brutalist was filmed in VistaVision, and I think
we haven't seen The Brutalist.
and the first 3 Star Wars movies were also filmed in VistaVision. So interesting.
Speaking of him, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, I can't remember the character's name right now. I could look it up, but I can't remember.
It's a simple name like Joe or something, or Ray, or not Ray, but
hold on. But one thing that I kind of liked is that I don't think it's really giving anything away to say he's on a mission to save his daughter.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is that she kind of does it all by herself. I don't know that he ever actually did anything to save his daughter.
Yeah.
And that, I think, I kind of like that she just was tough and figured it all out.
Well, I will say the ending of the movie is really good. And
Bob Ferguson.
okay, see, I knew it was kind of a
oh yeah, and Tiana Taylor was really good at the beginning too.
So this is not giving anything away, but a lot of movies end with chase scenes, and I just have to say that it's an extremely creative chase scene.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I liked that a lot. And the other thing with this film, I feel like, is sometimes these films can get a little into their own plot where you're like, I don't even know what we're up to anymore. Like, I don't even remember why we're going after this guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like Mission Impossible. Sometimes you're like, I don't even know what's happening. This film, you always know what's going on. I think, like, it's very clear why X is doing Y,
Yeah.
and I kind of like that. But yeah, I get this one. That's a good one. All right, what's next?
Sentimental value.
All of these I could talk a lot more about. I think I have a
So this successful filmmaker
sentimental value.
is older, and he hasn't produced or filmed any movies in quite a while. So, and he reconnects with his estranged family members, his two daughters,
Two daughters, yeah, who are both great actresses. But
and he's attempting to make a deeply personal movie that shares their sort of past. It's really
and he asked the one daughter, the younger daughter, I think, she's an actress on London's Broadway. whatever that's called.
East End,
East End.
or no,
And
West End.
West End. I don't know. Mind London's.
Sorry, British people.
And I don't even know if that's where she was. I don't know where. But she's
West
doing
End.
like a doll's house or something, and she forget. But anyway,
Some Chekhov.
that's
Something.
beside the point.
I don't remember now.
I
But
don't know. So he asked her to star in it, and he says, "I wrote the role for you. You're the only person who can play it." And she's like, so mad at him. She says, "Nope, nope." So he hires an American actress, played by, what's her name? She's so good. She's always in everything good. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Hold on.
Oh,
It's gonna cause
well, let me say this. I really enjoyed this movie. It's filmed mostly in Oslo, Norway, I think.
beautiful.
And it's beautiful. And it's
Elle Fanning.
and it's in Norwegian, so you have to read subtitles. Just saying.
It's true.
I don't mind reading subtitles, but I have to admit it kind of tires my brain out. But
Yeah.
I can do it.
And it sometimes makes it hard to really look at the whole screen when you're
I
reading.
know. I really enjoy looking at
Because we look at,
the visual effects of a movie. I like looking at the scenery and
I mean,
and
we
the
will stop a film to look at wallpaper and
camera
furniture.
camera angles and all that stuff I really like. And when I'm having to constantly look down at the dialogue, I find it kind of distracting. But even though I really enjoy this movie, you have to admit there are some sad themes and depressing themes in this movie.
It's
Heavy.
it is heavy.
It's heavy
It
themes.
is heavy.
And it's almost like I don't want to say a cliche, but this whole story about the absent father. The father leaves when the children are younger, and then when he comes back, they just basically hate him and don't want anything to do with him. It's
only cliche because
Because
it
it-
happens a lot.
right.
But at these okay, first of all, I just want to say this. Okay, Renate Rinsev,
I don't know how you
and the
pronounce her
sister
name.
Inga Ipsdotter, Stalin Skarsgård. Okay, they were all excellent, and she was in, what was that TV show? Anyway, something we watched recently. Yeah, it's heavy, man. It's heavy. It was good.
I
It was
think
heavy.
I think some of the scenes were improvised,
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
which makes more of a naturalistic performance.
Yeah. It. Yeah.
It's also nominated for
It's heavy.
Best International Feature Film.
Okay.
It's also nominated for Best Original Screenplay, Best
Okay.
Director,
Yeah. All right.
Best Film Editing, Best
Yeah, I don't-
Actress, Best Supporting Actor. So it's got
Oh, it's got a ton. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely worth watching for sure.
I don't know what the other international films are. We didn't watch them, but
I feel like I have more to say about it, but I'm kind of. It's been a little while since we watched it. I'm having trouble remembering all of it right
It's
now.
a-
I mean, I remember it, but
it It is kind of a slow moving
Yeah.
movie, and
2 hours, 13 minutes.
oh well, maybe it just felt slow, but
Oh, that's still long.
I did enjoy it. But
Yeah.
the themes are it's heavy. I mean, the opening scene of the movie, she's having a panic attack.
Actually, if you are a person who has panic attacks or love someone who has panic attacks, I think that scene was a great
I
example.
love people who have panic attacks.
It's a great example of, I mean, you could
Yeah.
feel that panic. That was a good
Oh
scene.
my
I forgot
gosh.
about that.
That yeah.
She's just like, get me out of here.
And I
Basically.
mentioned to you that that I sort of identified with that because I did theater in college,
Yeah.
and I never had a full blown panic attack. But
Yeah.
that moment before you go on stage,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh, it's a lot. I gotta remember all these lines,
Yeah.
and I did kind of freak myself out one time,
Yeah.
which I later learned you don't do this. I was backstage, called being in the wings. When you're off the side of the stage, being in the wings, ready to go on, and
Lingo.
I was waiting for my cue, which
Yeah.
is the other actors' lines to come on. And I was just standing back there, and I was running the lines in my head
Oh.
of the scene, just going through in my head.
Oh no.
And then I drew a blank,
Oh no.
and I sat there and I froze, and I thought, oh my gosh,
It's like a nightmare.
it's like an actor's nightmare.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I cannot remember the line now here backstage, I'm going to get out on that stage
won't be able to go off
and
it.
I'm going to forget it.
Oh no.
And maybe I think I did have a little mini panic attack.
Yeah.
I just I turned and started walking away. And then as
Like, I'm out of here.
I turned, I started walking away. And as soon as I turned and walked away, I heard my cue.
Oh no.
And I zipped back around. I walked out on stage and I did the whole scene and remembered all the lines. But it was like that scene was a deer in the headlights scene for me.
Oh man.
And afterwards, I talked to the director and I told him the experience. And he says, really? You look great to me. You look
Yeah.
good to me.
Yeah.
So what I learned from that is once you know your lines and you've rehearsed it, you have to trust yourself.
It's like muscle memory again.
And when you're ready to go on stage, or in the future, any play I did after that, I would only think of my first line.
Yeah.
And I know that every other line will come after that.
Yeah.
So I learned a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I really identified with that scene.
Yeah. Well, the other lesson you should have learned is even when you feel super nervous inside, it doesn't mean other people can tell.
Nobody can tell.
Because a lot of times, like when you go to an interview or something like that, you feel like at least I do, like panicked, like your eyes are bugging out and you feel like, but a lot of times it doesn't really show up.
You feel like people
To the
can
other
tell you're
people.
nervous. You feel like your voice is shaking. Some people's voices just shake when they get nervous. I guess mine didn't. I remember watching a production in college, and there was this guy who was he was nervous on stage, and this is terrible. His character was having to hold a piece of paper
Oh, no.
and read a piece of paper, and it was literally
Yeah.
shaking like that. And it's like, oh my gosh, he's so nervous.
Yeah.
They should have given him a piece of cardboard to read off of. Anyway,
Although I say that people don't notice, but I remember one time, it was when we had the art gallery, we were doing a show, and this one artist who is just a pain in the butt asked me to do something. I forget, and I kind of lied to get out of doing something. Let's put it that way. And then I kind of got caught up in the lie,
uh-oh.
and so she came and kind of confronted me, and I was like trying to talk my way out of it a little bit, but I thought I was being cool. And then she left, and I turned around, and the girl who I was with goes, "God, you were like freaking out. Your eyes were popping out here." I'm like, here, I thought I was so cool. But getting caught in a lie, I don't like that feeling. That's a horrible feeling.
Some people can internalize their anxiety, and other people it
I think
shows up on.
the problem with me is my face turns red, my neck turns red, my eyes bug out. That's why I don't lie. Tell the truth. It's the easiest thing to remember.
That's right. Glengarry Glen Ross.
Gary Glenn.
Another great movie.
All right. Next.
Sinners.
Oh, Sinners.
This is set in a haunting southern setting. Twin brothers confront supernatural forces that are tied to their past. It's okay. We're not giving it away, and by saying it's a.
No, wait. Let me think on that. You might be giving it away.
Really?
I mean, do you think everybody'd know by now? Let's just go with it's a horror. It's sort of a horror.
It is a horror.
It is
movie.
but it also is music, which is nice.
It combines horror with social commentary.
Okay. Yes. You know, it's been a long time since we saw this, but you know how some movies you walk away from and you can't quite remember them anymore?
Yeah.
This movie sticks in my head. Like, I have so many scenes in this movie that really have held with me.
It's good.
After this movie, though, I decided that I'm a little bit face blind. Not just because of this movie, but other things in the past.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But there is a character,
The main actor.
Michael B. Jordan, who's nominated for Best.
Yes.
He plays two characters and they're twins. I didn't know they were twins.
He plays both parts, and they're brothers.
They looked, I don't know. I was like, did they look like?
Well, I tell you, it was done so well. I didn't know that.
You didn't know either? Yeah, you did. No, you did. Because I remember after I said that, and you go, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you knew.
I may have said that.
It was just me. But then there are other movies, though, that I'm like, I can't tell if that's the same. I don't know. I think I can't see faces right or something. But anyway, that's beside the point.
If anybody sees this movie, you got to sit through the credits.
Yes.
Because there is
all the way through.
One or two, at least as a post-credit
and then
scene.
No, I think you're right. There are two.
Okay. Two. And I'm surprised because at the movie theater, when those credits come up, everyone's getting up and walking out.
No, but even worse is with streaming because it pops up.
Oh, my God.
The next thing, you have to like work hard to make it run through all the credits.
Right.
And really, if you even stopped, I think there's one in like a church, Southern church. And then there's another one in Chicago.
So you guys sit through the credits and watch the post credits, and in one of these post credit scenes, it takes place, like
in a bar in Chicago.
It's in the future.
Yeah. I think that's fine to say
because the movie's in the past.
Yeah.
So it's present day. Buddy Guy, the actual blues guitar player and Buddy Guy, is in there. Who I saw play live, by the way, at a small club in Detroit. I think I may have mentioned that before, but it was great. It was great seeing him. Great. He's still alive. Obviously, he was just in this movie.
He could have died.
He's getting old, but
getting old. This movie has, first of all, I don't think we said it's set in like 1930s. Maybe does that sound right?
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
And there's a lot of like Southern blues music in it, but then there's also this group of people from Ireland who do like Irish folk music that has sort of actually kind of similar. I mean, there's a lot of like we could do a whole. In fact, we should rewatch this movie and then kind of go on a deep dive on the music because there's a lot of interesting things about the music and how those types of music intertwine. The social commentary of this movie, I could do a whole thing just on this movie. I'd have to rewatch it, but I remember after watching it going, oh my gosh, there's so much more to that than just the story at the face of it.
This movie is nominated for a lot of Academy Awards.
Oh, you know what? Best song. It should win.
I'll run down some of the awards.
Okay.
Best Director.
Yeah, that's Michael B. Jordan, right? Did he direct it too? Hold on.
No, he didn't. Okay, he just played he already played two characters at once.
Right.
Okay, so Best Director, Original Screenplay.
Oh, Ryan Coogler.
Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Production Design, Best Visual Effects.
Yes.
Best Supporting Actress. So that's a lot of awards.
Hold on. Who's the supporting actress? Who's Best Supporting Actor? Oh, Supporting Actress.
Right. Do I have that right?
Yeah, you probably do. I just don't have that. I only have Best
can't
Actress.
pronounce.
Okay. Haley Steinfeld or Wunmi Musaku, maybe? I don't know.
Yes. I don't know
Is that it?
the
Okay.
pronunciation of the name, but that's correct.
She was good, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great movie. Oh, yeah, and there's the... Okay, this could have its own... We could do a whole thing just on this because there's so much to this one.
Right.
It's a good one. Okay, this is another one that's almost like if I were going to pick the kind of movies you could tell anybody to watch that aren't too arty, probably these ones. F1, Sinners, One Battle After Another. But let's see and maybe Begonia, actually. That one's pretty, not quite as arty.
We have a couple more movies.
Okay. I know, 10, man, 10.
Are we ready to move on to the next one?
I mean, I could talk about Sinners all day, but I'd have to rewatch it. But I do remember the whole, you've got the blues, you've got the Irish, folks. I just remember the music being, it's important to the movie, and I loved it.
I
Okay,
did too.
go ahead.
Next movie, The Secret Agent.
Oh, okay.
This takes place in 1977 down in Brazil. And I can't really explain the movie, but it definitely deals with political and police corruption of the time is part of it. That's a big part of it.
There's a fascist type government, and the police have basically gotten where they can do whatever they want. They take bribes. They don't really care about fighting crime anymore. They're kind of rogue.
This is another one of those movies that, as I'm watching it, I'm just kind of not sure what's happening, what's going on, really, totally. But in retrospect, I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie, even though it felt long. But part of the reason it felt long, I was getting kind of tired halfway through and mentally getting tired. But that's my own.
This
that's
is
my own
our
fault.
bad that we started this movie sort of late, and we were both kind of tired. And you're trying to read it because it is subtitled, and
That's right. It's another subtitle
so
movie.
we both were like, I'm getting tired. But that may have been more our fault than the movie's.
One of
I
the-
want to say real quick
Go
that
ahead.
you'd left out. It's set in 1977.
I said that, yeah, but
Oh, you did say that. I didn't hear.
in
But
Brazil.
boy, does it look like how I remember the 70s.
I remember
and
the
I'm not from
70s.
Brazil, but you know how sometimes they show it like roller skates and da, da, da. No, it's like this felt like the 70s.
Not only was it takes place in 1977,
Yeah.
the film actually looks like
Yeah,
it was filmed
filmed
in
in it.
1977.
Yep.
It's not overdone. It's like perfectly done. It's not heightened in any way.
And the modern scenes look more modern, so they've definitely done something with the colorization, I think. But yeah.
It's got a muted sort of look to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of mentioned, like Mad Men, that takes place in the 60s,
Which we love.
which we loved, which was very spot on as far as the stylized with the costumes and the set decoration and stuff like that. But it was a heightened.
Yeah.
It was a heightened.
Always top of the line.
Mid-century.
Clothes and furniture, which they were design people, but
Because I've been in a lot of mid-century houses, and I've been in some we've both been in some time capsule mid-century houses.
Yeah.
And you walk through those houses, and not every lampshade and every ashtray and every coffee table screams mid-century like it did in Mad Men.
Yeah.
But anyway, this movie was just, it really felt like the 70s.
Like real, yeah.
But I want to talk about the opening scene of this movie.
Remind me.
The opening scene of this movie sets up.
Oh, I remember.
This guy's driving a yellow
Beetle.
VW.
VW.
Yeah. He pulls into a gas station, and there's this dead guy laying out in the yard, laying out on the ground.
Yeah.
The cardboard box covering him up.
Yeah.
And the owner of the gas station comes out and says, "Oh yeah, he was shot in the face by my other worker and took off." And this was like days ago.
Yeah.
So then, as he's getting gas, a police car shows up, and the cops get out. And the gas station owner says, that guy over there, yeah, he was shot, 3 days ago. And, and the cops are like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
They're
here.
like, we have all this stuff going on with Carnival right
Yeah,
now.
and they start interrogating the guy in the yellow Volkswagen.
Yeah.
You know, show us your fire extinguisher, and let's see your spare tire. Is it your spare tire, bald, or is it new? And it was like, just that right there shows you that the police are corrupt.
Right.
And
Yeah.
murder's like,
it tells you everything.
there's a dead guy laying over there and he was shot in the face. And they're like, we're not here for that. Just leave him.
But also shows you that
get him.
your main character is a little bit smart, because while he does have money and stuff with him, he's like, I don't have anything. Like, here, I have a cigarette you can have. So he does like give in to their bribe. He doesn't fight it,
Well,
but at the same time, he doesn't really give them.
The cops say, hey, would you like to donate some money to the police? I don't know, something or another.
Yeah,
And we know he's got some money.
Yeah.
Because he had extra money when he paid the gas attendant. This is all in the opening scene. And he said, I don't have any extra money and I'm traveling, but I can give you some cigarettes.
Yeah.
So he gave him
and the guy goes, can I full back? He's like, sure.
So, but I think that sets it up. But
yeah.
Was this a long movie?
It was long. Oh,
we already talked about that. See,
I would say that I agree with you that while I was watching, because I was so tired, I was like, this movie's, going on. But looking in retrospect at it, I kept remembering certain scenes going, oh, that was really good. That was really good. But it is a slower moving.
It is not a plot. It's not a plot driven movie. It's a character performance driven movie.
Yeah.
Performance driven.
Yeah. But like you had said, maybe you'd cut the scene in the living room where they're all sitting around talking, but that was one of my favorite scenes. So I'm not sure what scenes I'd cut.
In retrospect, no. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a performance driven.
That the old lady who helps him, she's so good in that movie. I loved her. When he lived in Italy for a time, and she was really good. And then, kind of interesting, without spoiling it, at the end, they show a son who's all grown up, and that is.
You don't want.
You think that would spoil something?
Well, I'm not sure what you're going to say. I guess
about the. Why would that spoil anything? I don't think so.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, no. I'll skip 10 seconds if you. But Wagner Mora, who's the actor, he just plays two parts.
I guess that's not really spoiling anything.
I think so, but I didn't know it until the end credits. I was like,
That's not going to ruin the movie experience for anybody. No, you're right.
So. I just thought it was an interesting fact. All right, we're moving on. How many are we up to? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait a minute. Let me think of what the last one is. F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Barney's Friends, and one battle after another. I can't think of what we're missing.
One movie. One left? Is that right?
Yeah, we only. I know what it is.
Train Dreams.
Train Dreams.
This movie spans a few decades. It follows a sort of a solitary railroad worker.
No, he's a logger. He's not a railroad worker.
Well, he's both. Remember in the one part where he's working on the railroad and they.
Been working on.
He does.
Okay.
He has kind
he's
of.
a logger though.
Yeah, he has different jobs, but.
All right.
Right. Living through America's early, 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a logger and he does some work on the railroad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a very quiet, slow, sort of meditative movie. It focuses on loneliness, nature, the pass of time.
Guilt.
Yes.
I would say.
There's definitely guilt.
And not guilt so much in that he did anything wrong, but that he didn't stop the
I
things that happened.
mean, can we talk about that without giving it away?
Maybe not. I mean, there isn't much to give away.
That's kind of early in the movie.
No.
I think so. About what happened on the railroad bridge?
Oh, that? Yeah, you could talk about that.
They had a lot of Chinese immigrants who helped build the transcontinental railroad.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they were working on the railroad, and these white guys came up and grabbed a Chinese worker for
That
some
he
reason,
was working with directly.
and they threw him off the bridge
And it just
to his
haunted
death.
him.
And so the main character was like, "Hey, what do you do? What do you do?" And he didn't understand it, and
Yeah.
and he felt maybe he felt guilt because he couldn't do anything, or he didn't step up and say
Or it
anything.
just haunted him, just the thought of
Well,
it.
you know what? It did haunt
It
him
just haunted
because
him.
he kept having visions of that guy
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was definitely
Maybe that's
haunted
the
by
right
it.
word. Not guilt, but he was haunted
Yes,
by it.
he was absolutely.
And there were other, he'd seen things when he was younger. And then he ends up falling in love and things happen with his family that haunts him.
Yeah,
It's sad
yeah.
film in a lot of ways, meditative. But I told Clark, my son, who sometimes has been on here for the football videos.
He's my son too.
I'm talking to the people, not you.
We have 3 sons, by the way.
How do you know they're all yours? Just kidding. Anyway,
When you sometimes say my son, our son.
I'm talking to the people, not you. Okay.
I
Our son,
my
Clark,
3 sons.
who sometimes shows up for football games. But anyway, he is a
He's
big
mine
time
too.
backpacker.
Yes.
He likes being out in nature. And he asked me about this movie, and I was like, I think you, Clark, would like it because it's very much a lot of downtime and time out in nature. And,
Minimal dialogue.
Yeah.
And lots of emphasis on landscapes.
and it was filmed all digitally, but it's beautiful. Now we watched it streaming, not on the big screen, but really beautiful. I liked this
Yeah.
film more than I would think I would.
It's one of those movies that it's told a bit more visually than through dialogue.
Yeah, oh, for sure. There's
Although
not a whole lot of that.
Not a whole lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
There is some overdubbing, no, not over narration,
Oh, yeah. That's true. I forgot
which
about that.
is okay, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But then there's the scenes with William H. Macy actually plays kind of an old man in it.
Was it William H. Macy? You might want to double check that.
Who would it have been? Yeah. So, 99% sure.
Well, you are probably right, but I just maybe you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, while you're looking that up, this movie was also nominated for
Yeah,
Best
William
Adapted
H. Macy.
Screenplay and Best Cinematography. Okay, you're right. William H. Macy. He's good.
Felicity Jones, Joel Edgerton is the main guy. Carrie Condon, who was in F1, shows up in it as sort of
And she was also in the Banshees of
Inisherin.
Inisherin. She's good.
She's good. But William H. Macy used to be in so many things. He was always so good. He's kind of disappeared since that whole his daughter getting into college because they paid him off. Anyway, but he's really good in it, and their interactions are good. I think. Yeah, that was good. It was good.
Okay.
And that one's streaming. So let's see which ones. This is streaming. I think streaming. We did pay for 2 of them. We had to pay $20 to see them just so we could talk about it here. But all right. Do you want to?
I mean, I can put them in order of what. See, this is really tough. Whatever movie I put last doesn't mean I didn't like the
Well, that's
movie.
why I don't know if I want to rate it that much. Just do the top 3 or something, maybe.
Well,
I don't know if I can do these in order like that. And also, by the way, just as a note, I think it's all kind of stupid, the whole Best Picture thing, because it comes down to your taste. Some people like cilantro, some people don't. And it's fine. It doesn't mean you're a bad person because you didn't like cilantro. Although really you kind of are if you don't like cilantro. Cilantro's delicious. But
I used to not like cilantro, but I've come around.
you know
like it
what?
now.
I didn't like it when I first had it either. Now I love it. Having said that, well, should we write them down
Yeah,
or
well,
use these cards?
maybe use these cards because you want to move them around. Maybe.
All right.
Here's what I think. Which movie will probably win Best Picture?
That's
well, The most obvious one would be One Battle After Another. Is probably the most obvious one. But I'm thinking, even though Train Dreams was a great movie, I don't see it winning Best Picture. But I could see Hamnet possibly winning Best Picture. I could see Sentimental Value maybe winning Best Picture. The Secret Agent might win.
My guess is
might
that
win
these
Best
two are probably nominated for Best International Film. Both of them, correct?
Sentimental Value is, I believe.
So I would say either one of these might win for Best
Oh, no,
International
I know
Film.
The Secret Agent.
Isn't?
I
They must be.
yeah.
If they're for Best Picture, they must be Best International Film also. I would say either one of these could. I think Secret Agent will probably win that, but I don't think they'll win Best Picture. Train Dreams is too quiet. I bet a lot of the Academy hasn't even seen it. Sinners, I would say maybe. Marty Supreme, maybe. F1, I don't think it should. Begonia, Frankenstein. Okay. All right. Would you agree that none of these will win Best Picture? Just because they're smaller films or internet, and probably the Academy may or may not have seen them all. And this one's
even
too
though
commercial.
Train Dreams I think is a great movie, I don't think it will win. These two, they might win.
They're just not the type of movie that would win Best Picture, I don't think.
I don't know.
And then F1's just too commercial.
You might be a surprise winner, one of these two.
Well, okay.
Marty Supreme is great, but I don't see it winning. I do see possibly Timothy Chalamet winning for Best Actor. I also see the guy who played in The Secret Agent.
All right,
him winning
hold on.
Best
I have
Actor.
written down the nominees for Best Actor: Michael B. Jordan from Sinners, Timothy Chalamet from Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio from One Battle
They're
After
all
Another,
good.
Ethan Hawke from, I think it's called Blue Moon. I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it's
we
good.
haven't seen that one.
And he's always good. And Wagner Mora from The Secret Agent. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael B. Jordan wins for Sinners.
Maybe.
He's really good. But this is another one of those categories. There is nobody here who's not great. Good grief. They're all good.
Well, I don't know, but I think One Battle Another I really enjoyed, and then The Secret Agent. I really thought that was a great movie.
I swear you've come around on this a lot.
Yeah.
I think you have. I think you were not this high on Secret Agent before.
Sentimental Value, I think.
Wow.
I think those were great movies.
I really think that these, in retrospect, you've come around on more.
Sinners was great. Hamnet was great.
Okay, forget that. Okay, let's pick
This
which.
one was great.
With,
This one was
not saying our opinion
okay.
specifically. What do you think will win Best Picture, based on our previous history with Best Picture winners?
I would say most likely One Battle After Another. But any one of these other ones, I mean, Hamnet could win Best Picture.
I'm not asking you. How do you think Hamnet compares to Shakespeare in Love?
It's it's been so long since I've seen Shakespeare in Love.
You loved that movie, though.
It's been so long, I don't remember.
Yeah, no.
Probably a better movie.
Because Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture.
Oh, interesting. That's right.
I think it'll come down to these two for Best Picture. And I think One Battle After Another will win.
Well, if this one is nominated for Best International Film, also, definitely. But then I haven't seen all the other ones.
No, I know. And there are some others that are supposed to be really good that weren't nominated.
F1 is not going to win.
I'm going to put them in order from my favorite, I think. I think I might.
Thought we weren't going to do that.
I just decided I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to
changing things up.
That, and then that. I think And this doesn't mean I'd want to watch them again, because, like, I don't know if I could sit through Hamnet again.
That's how a lot of times I
But
question myself,
there.
like, how well do I like a movie? And I always ask myself, how much would I be willing to sit through it twice? And some of these movies are like, I really enjoyed sitting through it, but I don't know if I could sit through it again.
I think that's my order. One battle after another. Sinners. This is tricky for me. These two are kind of equal. Oh, Begonia too. Anyway, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Begonia, Train Dreams, Secret Agent, Frankenstein, Sentimental, F1. I think that would be my order.
I somewhat agree. I would put Marty Supreme down a little bit lower. I'd bring Sentimental Value up a little higher, and Secret Agent up a little higher, and Train Dreams a little higher. That's all. I agree with Frankenstein. Frankenstein's great visually.
Wait. So you're saying you'd put it like, where would you put Hamnet?
Maybe in here, I
Where
guess.
would you put Begonia?
I loved it, but down a little further.
Below Train Dreams.
Yeah, I enjoyed Train Dreams.
Hold on. Where does it go compared to Marty?
Which one?
Begonia. Above or below?
Why, I like them both. I'd put, I guess, this one a little higher.
And
Maybe.
then Begonia. And then where's Frankenstein?
Second from last.
And then F1.
I love these foreign films, even though they're hard to read all the subtitles.
Well, if they had a really good voice actors do overdubs on these, it would make it easier for you and I, because, you know, as you get older, it's harder to read these subtitles, but it would make it easier for us to look at the whole thing. I would be willing to rewatch these with an overdub, and I know people hate overdubs. I know, I get it. But sometimes
I don't know.
it's hard to read them. Sometimes I'm like, wait, I have to go back and reread that. I didn't catch it, you know, whatever. And I think that a lot of younger people are very used to watching films with, they keep the closed caption on all the time. Like, for some reason, our sons all do that, but we don't.
I find it very distracting.
So for us, it's
extremely distracting.
I can't see the whole set. Sometimes I have to go back and take them off so I can look at the whole picture. Like, we're weird about it.
If I don't need subtitles,
yeah,
I don't have them on, because I find myself reading them. They're speaking in English, and I'm reading the closed captioning, and I don't need to.
Yeah.
My eyes can't get off of it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that we picked One Battle After Another for the Academy as Best Picture, but we also both picked it for our top picture.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Now, there was a Best Picture a few years ago, the Italian one. Life is
Beautiful.
Is that what it was? Life is Beautiful?
Yeah.
I think that was all in Italian. And if I remember correctly, we started watching the movie with subtitles, like for the first 15, 20 minutes. So I got an idea of the language. And then we switched over to, it was overdubbed in English with, I think, Italian accents.
Okay.
But I thought it was so well done that, to me, it was like, this is just better. I got the gist of it during the first, so I enjoyed listening to the overdubbing better.
Yeah. It's like the old nuclear sub movie. It had Alec Baldwin in it, maybe.
Yes.
Where they start in Russian.
Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin.
They're speaking in Russian, and then all of a sudden it switches over into English.
Red October. The Hunt for Red October. And the Hunt for Red October, the film starts off, they're speaking in Russian.
Yeah.
And the guy's speaking in Russian, and the camera closes in, zooms in on the guy's mouth, speaking Russian.
Yeah.
Zooms all the way into his mouth, and then as the camera zooms out, it switches to English.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little technique.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
after that, you don't think about it. You think, oh, okay, they're all speaking in Russian, but they're speaking in English.
So real quick, we went over the best actor, the best actress or female in a leading role.
Okay.
Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Absolutely. Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. We haven't seen that.
I didn't see it.
Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, about the guy who is a Neil Diamond impersonator. Is that what you call it? Yeah.
The Bradley
Apparently she's
Cooper?
no, it's Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, right. Of
Emma
course.
Stone for Begonia. She was great in Begonia. But
Yes,
she's won. But she's won.
She was great, but
She's won so many
just won
times.
for the other.
And then I don't know how you say this woman's name. I don't know if it's Renee or Renate.
Sentimental Value.
Rensiv. I don't know. Sentimental Value. She's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But also Jessie Buckley is so good in Hamnet. And I haven't seen some of them, so I don't know. I can't. But my guess would be Michael B. Jordan and Jessie Buckley for Best Actor, Best Actress. And One Battle After Another to win the whole thing. You're welcome.
Yes.
All right, well, there we go. So would you say we did that fairly spoiler free?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
We didn't.
Right.
Some movies, we mentioned this before, that some movies it's nice to go to the theater or start streaming the movie and not knowing anything about the movie. Zero.
Yeah.
And you just start watching it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
let the movie just sort of wash over you.
Yeah, but
and then sometimes
Yeah.
you really need a little background.
I actually think with The Secret Agent, maybe look up a little background
political
on Brazil and what was going on in
Yes,
1970s
that definitely
Brazil.
helps.
Because, like, we kind of paused the movie actually to look at, because we were streaming, which is nice because you can pause it. And we looked up, like, what was going on in 1977 Brazil, because we just didn't know enough about it.
If you go into Hamnet cold turkey,
I was going to say,
and you're not familiar with Shakespeare, you're not going to know that he's
Well,
William Shakespeare until 3/4 of the way into the movie.
they don't say his name.
No.
And I was telling Greg, I listened to a lot of podcasts, so I can't remember which one it was. But somebody was saying they went into it totally not knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was like a comedy, like Spam-A-Lot. Like, they didn't know what to expect. And they had no idea it was Shakespeare or his wife. Or they were like, what is going on? And then at the one part, like you said, where they say his name, he's like, oh my God.
Which was almost toward the end, right?
But then you'd wonder almost, like, it's kind of important to know that. I think it's useful to know that. But
I think it's important to know. It puts it more into context. You understand.
I don't guess any of these other ones. You don't need to know that Marty Supreme. You don't need to know. Really, it's just maybe The Secret Agent and Hamnet. A little background won't hurt you. Because I heard a lot of people say, don't know anything going into Hamnet. Don't look it up or anything.
You should know.
Well, I think the feeling is, I don't want to.
Okay, here's what
That there's a moment where you might think one thing's going to happen, but another.
Here's the minimum you need to know. You need to know that the guy is William Shakespeare.
That's all you need to know.
Okay, and you need to know that.
I don't know if you need to know what you're going to say next.
You need to know that
He has a child.
that this movie is about events in his personal life that inspire him to write the play Hamlet. I think that's good enough.
But again, I would correct that
Okay.
and say it's a movie about Shakespeare's wife and her experience trying to raise a young family. Anyway.
Yes. You are correct, right.
All right. Well, that's everything, eh? Anything else?
No, that's it.
I would talk about the directors, but I just don't know enough this year. I haven't had time to study up on all the directors.
There were three movies that were written and directed by the same person.
Hell yeah. Probably Train Dreams. No, because this is from a novel.
I wrote it down here. Here it is. One Battle After Another. Sentimental Value.
That's Paul Thomas
and
Anderson.
Sinners.
Sentimental Value. I don't know who that is. And
They were all
Sinners is
written and directed by the same person.
Okay.
Which I find gives them always an advantage.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's this scene in Sentimental Value where the actress, she's American, but the film is Norwegian. Is that what it is? Norwegian?
Yeah.
And she decides maybe she should do a Norwegian accent.
And
That's
yeah,
kinda
right.
funny.
In English.
In English, but with an accent, which is understandable. You know, you want to give it. And there's a part where he's like, just drop the accent. I don't know. It's just funny.
Right.
But it makes me think of, you were telling me a story about when you directed a play one time.
I directed a play, Steve Martin's play,
Yeah.
Picasso at the Lapin-Agile, which is a fictitious meeting between Pablo Picasso and Albert Einstein
Yeah.
in a Paris bar. They were living at the same time in Paris, but sort of fictitious meeting. And the actor playing Einstein, he wanted to do an accent. I think Einstein's Austrian?
Yeah.
And so he was working on the accent for a couple, 3 rehearsals, and I finally said to him, I said, we're going to have to drop the accent. Not because you're not doing a good job with the accent, but I said, if you come on stage and just speak in your normal voice, nobody's going to question it, not even for a second. But as soon as you do an accent, people are going to go, ooh, he's doing an accent. And if they're not, buying the accent, it's going to be it's going to be a mental block for him.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay.
But then also, would you have to have the guy playing Pablo Picasso do a French? Is he French? I think so. French accent.
He was Spanish, wasn't
Oh,
he?
he's Spanish. Yeah, you're right. Pablo, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
So
have to have
Spanish.
everybody doing accents. Hey, bartender,
Yeah.
you better do a Frenchie.
That was a fun play to direct.
You know, I was sitting here flipping through these, and, well, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't. It's hard to know what's going to be a spoiler. I don't know if we mentioned Marty Supreme is set in the 1950s,
Yeah.
post World War II.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of interesting things with Jewish people who'd survived the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
And the story about the one guy with the honey. That was a wild little thing.
Yeah, it
Wild
was.
story. And I want to go back to that because I kind of want to hear what Marty says about that, because I feel like he says, oh, he has this funny story or something. Like, I kind of want to go back because I'm like, why was that in there? I keep thinking of that. But also
I
that
don't remember it.
ping pong was big in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
And, here we are post World War II. It's kind of
Right.
interesting. Like, the more you think about that, the more interesting that becomes too. The end where this American goes in to play ping pong against this Japanese foe it becomes a little more interesting. And the story of that player, the Japanese player, I don't know. A lot of these films, there's more to it, the more reflection you do on it.
We saw in the theater, we saw One Battle After Another in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw F1 in the theater,
Mm-hmm. And Marty Spring.
and Marty Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
F1 is one of those, big screen movies.
For sure.
You want to watch on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
One Battle After Another was great to watch on the big screen.
Yeah.
Marty Stewart, you could.
Stewart.
Marty Stewart, yeah.
He's a guitarist.
Stuart Little.
No, you were thinking Marty Stewart.
No, Marty
the
Stewart.
country, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme, I meant.
Yeah.
This one you could stream and to be just fine.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
We probably should have seen this.
Frankenstein is probably would be worth the seat on the big screen.
Was it ever on the? It's on Netflix.
I have no idea.
I don't know if it was ever released on the big screen. I mean, I'm sure. Well, I guess it was, because don't they have to release it to get it into the Academy Awards? I think it has to play on screens.
Oh, right.
I think so. Begonia. You could. These we all stream, but I guess you don't need to see the Secret Agent.
We did mention this. Well, not
Sinners
mention
probably
this,
would've been
but
good to
we
see.
talked about this after coming out of the theater, seeing Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but sometime in the future, I think movie theaters are going to be dead.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to survive.
The movie theater near us, we went there. It was a matinee, but there were, first of all, it's almost all kiosks, and to buy your tickets, the kiosks weren't working correctly. So I had to go up to the popcorn guy to buy the tickets. I'm a popcorn lover, but the popcorn at this theater is terrible, so I don't buy popcorn. And then they had probably 10 employees because it's a big Cineplex kind of theater. And maybe us and then one other couple was in the, oh, and there was one other guy at our showing. So I think there were 5 people probably at the entire
If
place.
that, yeah.
Entire place.
I like to.
I mean, it is school
Yeah.
year.
I like to get a box of Good and Plenty.
Well, we go to the grocery store and sneak it in. let's not act like we're above that.
Give that away.
We did share a
You
box of Good
can't
Play.
give that.
Yeah, but I wanted to support the theater last time, and I went to get the popcorn, and it was so bad I couldn't even eat it. Their popcorn tasted
I can buy a
rancid.
big box of Good and Plenty for $1 at the grocery store, and at the movie theater it's like $5.
Yeah, so you just don't.
I know, but don't tell anybody that.
No, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Okay.
It's between you and me.
Okay.
All right, well, let us know what you've seen and what you loved. And I know there are movies that were not nominated that
If you've
should be
if
here.
you've watched this movie all the way to the end,
This movie.
this video,
This movie. This movie starring Greg. We should get Best Actor and Best Actor.
if you've watched this video all the way to the end, put in the comments what if you like to eat popcorn during a movie, or if you like to eat candy, or what's your favorite candy or popcorn you like to eat during the movie.
All right, so I didn't really tell mine because you like Good and Plenty. I like Good and Plenty. Okay, we're black licorice people. But Junior Mints.
You like Junior
Oh
Mints.
my God, I love Junior. In fact, I like them so much that we were going to watch. What did we watch? Was it Hamnet?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to the grocery store and bought a box of Junior Mints to eat. And I ate the whole thing during Hamnet. And then when I was crying, I was like, I have chocolate gum. I cried. I was trying to hide it because I didn't want Greg to see me crying, but I was crying.
It's okay.
I know, but I get embarrassed. I was crying. That's why I
Great.
didn't want to see it in theaters. I knew I'd cry.
I cry during movies. Even the
F1.
F1.
When Brad Pitt didn't get the girl or something.
He crashes the car.
Oh, that
no.
car was so beautiful. It was classic.
I don't know. It's. I don't want to give anything away, but a lot of movies at the end always. Yeah.
I didn't used to cry at all. I was a proud non-crying person, especially in like elementary school. I was tough as nails.
Oh my gosh, not me.
But now I cry. Well, okay. I have 2 sides of that. When I was in school, I was at home, I'd cry, and my dad would tell me I was oversensitive. But now, I tell you, I can just think of a scene from that movie and I'll start crying.
I'm like,
I've become a big
my
crybaby.
mother would take me to the movie theaters when I was 5 years old to see Benji, and I would cry at Benji.
No, but back then, those films were... Bambi is like the most painful. Dumbo. They're so sad. They're so sad. We did not grow up on Disney princess bullshit. We grew up on films where your mom dies in every one of them.
Speaking of sad, I think a lot of these movies were sad.
Yeah, this is sad.
Sentimental value.
This
Tangerine,
is sad.
Sad.
Hamnet's sad.
Sad. I mean, Frankenstein's sad for the monster.
It's a little bit sad. I don't know about this.
Secret Agent it's not
It's-
sad, but
it's
it's
kind of sad.
you know.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot. Begonia, no. I wouldn't call Marty Supreme. This one's sort of. These, no, I wouldn't put Frankenstein in. But these ones are very sad. Yeah.
Well,
All
What-
right, I think
what-
we've done it.
what's your favorite movie snack?
You know what else I like? Milk duds. But the problem with them is
Oh no,
they will pull a filling
they'll
out.
pull a filling out.
But God, I love them.
I like Whoppers.
Ugh,
I
talk
do.
about overrated. A Whopper.
Yeah.
The malt. It like cuts your mouth up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
It's because I want to suck on them, but then they kind of cut your mouth.
Yeah,
I used to love. There used to be a candy. It was the like sister candy to Good and Plenty. It was called Good and Fruity.
I never see that anymore.
It was my favorite candy. Now there are people try to tell me wrongly that Mike and Ike's are the same. No, they're not.
No, I don't
Good
think
and
so.
Fruity was its own special candy, and they don't make it.
Well, you like getting popcorn in the movie theater.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
I find when I haven't gotten popcorn in a movie theater in a long time, but I always find I sit there and I eat it, and by the time the credits are done, I've finished the popcorn. The movie hasn't even started yet.
No, because now they give you a popcorn that's so big. If you ate it all, you'd be throwing up.
It's always greasy and salty. And
You don't eat popcorn. Just
I do like popcorn, but I haven't eaten it in a long time.
well, do you want to say why?
You want to say why?
Yeah, why you gave up popcorn?
Why did I give up popcorn?
Because you had that diverticulitis or whatever, and somebody said don't eat popcorn, and you were in so much pain. You're like, I will never eat popcorn
From
again.
diverticulitis.
And you have not eaten it since then.
I don't even. Yeah. I don't even know if that's even true.
I know, but you have not touched
I
it.
don't think I think you can still eat nuts and popcorn.
I love popcorn.
The smell of it. Ooh.
Oh God, you walk into like Target and they're popping that popcorn. Oh my God.
Maybe next time we go to the movie theater, I'm gonna get myself some popcorn.
Don't bother. It sucks. We gotta find we gotta find a movie theater that has good popcorn.
You put enough butter. You know, how about the movie theaters where they allow you to put your own butter on? They have a little butter station.
Look, that is what will give you the bellyache. Is that butter? It makes it, and then you put that extra fine salt on that butter.
Mm.
Oh my God! But that is where you walk out, and you're supposed to go out to dinner after a matinee, and you're like, I cannot. I'm gonna throw up all of it. It's so bad. So bad. It's so good.
You know, I will say that we both enjoy watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
We watch a lot of movies. We like going to the movies. So that's a good thing that we both, thankfully,
That's one thing we have in common.
we have a lot of things in common, but that is one thing that we definitely have in common, that we enjoy movies.
True.
Because not everybody, is into movies.
No,
But
my sister could not sit through all these movies.
no, she's not.
She
She's
hates
not a
sitting that
movie
long.
buff.
No.
But I will say that most movies, I like most movies. It's not very often I watch a movie where I go, God, I hated that movie.
Well, that's because we're a little picky in what we watch, I think, though. Like, I actually look at reviews before I go, I think we'll skip that one. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, when you watch Academy Award nominated movies, they're usually
they
pretty
should
good.
be pretty good.
It's not like you're watching Porky's.
Oh my God, you're always talking about Porky's. Recurring theme. Probably a lot of people. This place I used to babysit, they had VHS tapes and they had all the Porky's movies. There were like multiple.
Was there like 10 of them or something?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, ew. Gross. Their kids were horrible. And I'd get paid $2 an hour.
Oh, boy.
The kid, I was like probably 14. And the kid's like 7. And he'd slap me on the behind when I'd put him to bed.
Oh, boy.
Gross.
Ay,
The worst.
ay, 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 ay.
Worst. Anyhow. All right. Well, I think we've covered it.
Yes, that and some.
And some.
And some, yeah.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.